Errol Spence fired Derrick James. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. There's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. You go live or drop a video. Some people believe that he should fire him, but I just don't think a lot of people understand what comes with a trainer. And come with changing the skill set, you know what I'm saying? And people, you know, the epilogue, whatever they call it, they were talking about, well, Derrick James wasn't giving them much advice in the corner and all that stuff. But I mean, you know, it takes years to build that rapport up between coach and trainer. I mean, they've been doing this since the amateurs. How do you go about looking for another trainer? How do you go about looking for somebody that you can trust in your corner to make the right decisions and not make certain decisions? You know what I'm saying? It's a rapport that goes into that. It's just not like, well, I get another trainer and, you know, he gonna teach me some new things. I mean, y'all gotta understand each other's language. You know what I'm saying? It's a language that's spoke between trainer and coach. Y'all, it's a lot that go into that, y'all. Do I trust you? What's the training schedule gonna be like? What's the regimen? Then you gotta have pre-trials to see how we work together, sit down, have dinner, break down film together. And then you gotta ask, what can we do different in the rematch? And most trainers gonna tell you, well, we're gonna need 2 or 3 fights together before we get a rematch. Who knows if Terrence Crawford's still gonna be around? Who knows if Terrence Crawford's gonna want to fight you in 2 or 3 fights? You know what I'm saying? I think he a man that's gonna return in favor and all that stuff. But it's a lot that go into there. And then also you gotta see what you and Derrick go down and watch the film and what can change between me and Derrick. You know what I'm saying? What can change between me and Derrick? That's a great question. What can realistically change between me and Derrick in the gym? So my thing about this is, it's gonna be hard to find somebody that can overhaul Errol Spence. Now, if something was physically wrong with Errol Spence, then why are we changing trainers? Just a thought. Just a thought. So, quite frankly, in my humble opinion, you know, you at 33 years old, 32, 33 years old, you damn near probably finished. You might as well finish up with Derrick James. You might as well finish up with Derrick James. It just wouldn't make a bunch of sense to go ahead and switch your coach now. That's my opinion. It wouldn't make much sense to go ahead and switch your coach right now. You know, he brought you this far. Everybody be wanting to switch all quick and, oh, you need a new trainer. You need this, that, and the third. Yeah, at this point, I just don't see no real point in firing Derrick James. It's so hard to teach these new fighters new tricks. You know, it's hard as hell to teach these fighters new tricks, bro. So, you know, for him to build that habit. Remember they was talking about he was talking about Errol, talking about, I'm working on this fight, I'm keeping my hands up and keeping my chin tucked. I mean, if you're not doing that every fight, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna do it for this fight? It's habits. It's hard to break those type of habits in between the fight. They just gotta clean up, you know, they gotta just perfect the style in which he fight in to the best of their ability. They gotta bake on an extra weight, help. That's what they gotta kind of like work on. It's as simple as that. You know, it's as simple as that. So, you know, working on different variations of the jab. You know, they kept telling him to move his feet. You in there with somebody who's a master mover of his feet. Work on double jabs. You know, you ain't gonna change your speed. You ain't gonna become any faster. You know, they just gotta perfect what they doing. Make adjustments. You know, all the mistakes that he been getting away with, you know, other fighters just ain't been able to capitalize on them. And I pointed them out in my Instagram live film study breakdown. they wasn't hard to tell or hard to spot out, even to the novice eye. Everybody, their mama seen that uppercut was gonna be a problem. Everybody seen that. You know, Terrence Crawford is the one that made the adjustments by coming with the power jab. He just got more. He had more tools, and Errol Spence didn't have that universal tool. But I ain't firing Derrick James. What we did, work 30 plus times or 20 plus times over. One time it didn't work, I want to get rid of. If he did some shit that's unforgivable, then I would understand that. But no, I don't think it's a time nor a place to fire him unless something happened that I didn't know about. It's as simple as that. Unless something I don't know about, no, what's the point? You at the twilight of your career. You just gotta tighten. You gotta just tighten up. You just gotta tighten up on what you do. That's it. You gotta clean up on some of the mistakes you made, and hopefully he'll be able to help you do that. But every time somebody lose fire room and get somebody else, and who else you got? Who else people got in mind? Ain't nobody gonna change Errol Spence to make him, Muhammad Ali. Spence ain't gonna get on his toes in one training camp. No, that ain't gonna happen. Hate to say it, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Hate to say it. So, you go, at this point in your career, you go who brought you to the dance. And then you get somebody else and they say, they ain't do nothing different with Errol Spence. He overrated. You know how hard it is to have to, in a short period of time, have somebody learn bad habits, learn new habits, and change their style? It's damn near impossible. When Robert Garcia and them did, his father, Mikey, and them did with Madonna, that's an anomaly, bro. That's an anomaly. And Pacquiao just started getting resources that he didn't have in the Philippines, a nutrition plan, and a trainer that knew the little ins and outs of boxing and all that. Stuff that he didn't have, that he was lacking. They gave him, the essentials that he didn't have, over there in the Philippines. So no, they work on cleaning up habits, work on keeping his chin down, his guard up. That's what they should work on. To be honest. That's what they should work on. But firing Derrick James, you better have a great second choice. Then you got to talk about finding somebody coming to your area, moving to their area. And, one adjustment he probably need to make is no longer training in Dallas. There's a lot of distractions there, too. When you go through losses and you make mistakes, guess what? The first thing you got to do, you can't blame everybody else. You got to say, what can I do different to have made this go a little bit different, a little bit more competitive, or why I made that mistake? You see what you did, then you look at everybody else, and then you say, man, even when people do me dirty, bro, I'm like, dog, I got to see that coming. The signs was there. So I can't let that happen again. You got to look at yourself first. You can't sit here and blame everybody else, and you still blaming everybody else for your problems, man. You ain't going to never fix them at all. First thing he got to look at, all the shit I was getting away with, leaving camp, going to parties, staying at home for training camps and all that. Maybe I need to get secluded. Maybe I need to go somewhere where ain't shit else to do but box. Be focused. Them bad habits is the reason he had the car accident to begin with. And when you beating guys and you doing what you want to do, and you be able to, you're able to indulge in some of these habits that you haven't, and you whooping guys, you like, I can get away with it. I can do it again. I'm this good. I can get away with it. I can keep getting away with it. And you can't. To get to that level that he was at for Undisputed, man, you gotta be clean, bro. You gotta be focused, in and out of camp. You gotta be active. Nobody talk about his activity. Him and Foden, inactivity killed them. He was a little bit more active. He would have been a lot more in shape. He would have been more competitive. I just think the skill level gap and the mistakes that he made, it wasn't going to change shit. He just would have been able to take more of a beating and give a little bit more of a beating. But some of the habits that he made, leaving his head, leaning over, all his weight over his front foot on the inside, told y'all he couldn't fight on the inside, square up too much. Derrick James, you loading up on your shots too much, he was. You gonna get in there with somebody that can move their feet and move their head, and you gonna start loading up on shots? Don't sound too smart to me. Don't sound too smart. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.